and I'm going to go to the next point, and I think that you just came in very timely, because I would like for you to remind us of the trip announcement. Steve has already asked for scholarship support, and I would, if you have anything to say about the next trip to be held in October, if you have some information, I have a contact name here, Emily K. Swisher, and I think we can find her on DACDB, but go ahead, Joe.
So that is a new trip experience that we're experimenting with. We've never done one in October before, so we're trying out a different time of year. It's a day shorter than our normal format, so it's about 5 days in country, and it'll be an amazing experience, just like all of our trips to Guatemala. And it may be of interest to people in the club because on that trip you would get a chance to see firsthand all the good work that the donations from this club have done for the GLP and for the scholarship students that we support over the last decade. So first of all, thank you to everybody in the club for that support. We never take it for granted. We're very, very appreciative of members' involvement from this club, and that trip would be a great opportunity to see it all firsthand. So if anybody's interested, you could just email me directly. So Emily is in my office, but she's not a member of this club, and she is not a Rotarian currently. So you probably reach out to me if you're interested, and I can get you connected to the right folks.
Thank you so very much, Joe. Okay, I am going to share screen, because I have been anxious to share with all of you an update of our global grant, Dancing for Rain, Clean Potable Water for Tarahumara Families. Okay. I'd like to say that our global grant not only achieved its objective, but expanded to bring into fruition an additional water project that we have named Rotary International More Dancing for Rain. And this is a project that was supported and funded by our Pathways Rotary Club and the Chihuahua Campestre Club, and then came along other nonprofitos from Mexico. So, okay, I can't get there we are. So Global Grant, I'm going to refer to it as Global Grant 1, Dancing for Rain. If you, I have a bar here. This grant was funded by the DDF funds from several districts, from the Rotary Foundation, from Heart to Heart, that brought in more districts. Of course, our district, 6,600, supported our club too, the grant, and other Rotary clubs, and a Businessman's Foundation. So we went from we received a total of $393,301. We started with a smaller amount that was $111,000, but thanks to the Businessman's Foundation, we were able to grow from 54 to 160 water harvest systems. And these projects were installed in the municipalities of Batopilas and Urique. All of the 160 water harvests have been installed successfully, so we're doing really good with that. We're on time. So we grew from serving 262 people to 567 beneficiaries. We grew from 3 communities to serving 24 communities total. And the FECHAC, the Businessman's Foundation, was very supportive in this. So we had these collaborating districts from Northern Ohio, New Mexico, Tennessee, Northeast Texas, Southeast Oklahoma, Southwest Arkansas, Southern Alabama, Southern Illinois, and Central Indiana. And we had cash contributions from Pathways, Chihuahua Campestre, and the Abbeville. So this is a picture of the visit that we made when the water harvests were completed. If you might remember ever looking into our Creation Care webpage, you might see these same faces, these same children, and I'm sad to say that they're still wearing the same dresses. It's a poverty-stricken, remote and isolated village, El Salvial. Most of them are malnourished, some in extreme degree, but now they're holding the banners of FECHAC, CAPTAR, and Rotary International because that was once the installations were done. So Luisa Ramos, who's the director of CAPTAR and also a Pathways member, she is in charge of and responsible for the water harvest implementations. This is another site. This is in the municipality of Urique. Here, once the material are purchased, they are delivered to a certain point where these villagers come in, and then they take back to their homes the material and the supplies so that they can construct their water harvest. All of this is verified and clarified and classified. They usually meet in a larger town where there might be some facility like a school or some larger room where they can meet. This will give you an idea of the back roads of the terrain, but there's the truck continuing its trips to other villages. They hold meetings of agreements by each community, and you will see that this lady, she's not using the pen, she's putting her fingerprint on the paper because many are illiterate. They'll speak their own language, Raramuri, and some may speak some Spanish. So they do have collaborative efforts, and we're very blessed with this because the houses that you see in the background are not the typical house of a raramuri. They're much smaller. Some might not have the windows or the door. And this was a collaborative effort because once the CAPTAR team visited Vatopilas, of course, they do the recognition and the visit to the mayor. So they told them that they wanted to build water harvest, but the conditions of the huts would not sustain the roofs. So that's what CAPTAR does. They put in the tin roof and then they put in the pipes around. So the mayor supported the villagers with the material for their homes, and they put the labor so their houses were built. And the next step was putting the roof and the system. Here you see the execution of technical, practical, and demonstrative workshops are done so that people can see how they can install their water harvest. Now, the wonderful thing about this is that the CAPTAR team of the operations team has not all, but almost all are Raramuri natives. So they speak the language, and it's in the native language that they do the training. So this has been proven to be very, very successful. So here they are setting up the pipes. Here is the training for one of the filters, how to put it together, how to clean it, how to maintain it. And once the water harvests are done, they get together and CAPTAR provides the ingredients so that they can cook a beef and vegetable meal with plenty of tortillas, and it's a celebration in the typical cultural manner that Raramuris work. When they ask for help, they might not have cash to pay with, but they might, use whatever chicken or maybe whatever they hunt to prepare a meal and share with those that have volunteered and helped. So this is the delivery of the materials. once we start doing things, it's wonderful because the company where we bought the tanks donated additional tanks so that they could store more water, or this water could be used to water their gardens. So here they are with a rainwater harvest system in their houses instead of having to walk 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know, kilometers, miles, and bring back contaminated water in 2 buckets of water where they carry the water. They now have potable, clean, potable water just outside of their houses. So if you, for a minute, a second, a moment, just imagine that you are living in, for whatever reason, you were living in one of these villages and you were under these conditions. What would it feel to have to go every day, every single day, to get water to survive? And then bring it home, have to boil it, and still run the risk of maybe a child or so drinking water from those contaminated water holes and getting, really, really sick. Many children do not survive a normal, or what we would call a normal diarrhea, because they are so weak and so malnourished. I have to refer and tell you the story. When I was out in these places, when I was a volunteer, when I visited such places, and yes, I was very fortunate to be in a position where I could travel, where I could visit, where I can talk to them, and they would tell me, one of the heartbreaking stories that I remember is they would tell me, as I was just about to leave, because they are shy, they don't speak up, but when they see that you're leaving, they sort of get close, and I'd always be slow on the leaving part. And there was this man that came over, and he says, "Send us a doctor. There's so many children that have scabies and they're sick, and we don't know what to do." So sure enough, I sent somebody to evaluate. I went myself back, but the problem was that they did not have any water. How in the world would the children wash their hands if the creeks were dry, if the river did not have any water, and there was nothing there? So it has been a constant in my mind. And on another occasion, when I went to this place, Ariciachi is the name of the village. So I was leaving, this elder came over and he says, "Please send us a doctor. Please send us a doctor. You know, I have had 3 children that have died in my arms as I have made the effort to walk from this community to the nearest town, larger town, and the kids did not make it alive." So that's always been there, and it's a nudge in my heart that whenever I have an opportunity to do something for them or for the other villagers or for the other communities, this was just one little village. But as I got myself more and more involved, I I came face to face with this extreme poverty. So having this dream come true is so special and meaningful for me. And I hope that you empathize with me, and that you, in some way, I might be able to touch your heart and to express their gratitude and my gratitude, because if it weren't for your support to the Rotary Foundation, where we get the funds for the global grants, these dreams would not come true. So here they are in a water disinfection workshop. Look at their faces, look at their smiles, and look at the bones protruding in there in one of these men's chest. So here they are, the women also participating. And look at the kids also, they also receive training on how to care for the water, how to take care of it, why it's important. And there they are smiling. The objective of the training program, it focuses on building harmonious coexistence through the development of social skills, effective communication, and peaceful conflict resolution. The goal is to strengthen connections among children, youth, and adults in communities, fostering a culture of respect and empathy, promoting an atmosphere of unity which will strengthen resiliency. The community is empowered and it enhances mutual support and most of all, teamwork so that they can improve the life in their own communities. Oops. And of course, the intent, the goal, the objective is also to have fun and to learn. So captar, and the team always makes something special for them to participate and join and to find connectivity and bring all of us together. So here's this young lady that also does the training in active communities, trying to get them from apathy and long time frustration of not being able to do something and take advantage of that momentum. And of course, we are part of that United Nations fundamental of rights as water as a right, as a fundamental right. Okay, here we are. So I mentioned that. They also talk about community health, of how important it is to do away with properly dispose of trash, wash their hands, whatever they can. And here they are again, taking training for taking care of the environment. We also have received additional support. There's a nonprofit that supports with milk and cereal. And we also, thanks to the New Bremen, New Knoxville Rotary Club, in this networking with other clubs, they have made a donation to Creation Care. Well, let me tell you, there's 3 Rotarians that belong to Creation Care to purchase this therapeutic food supplements that is targeted to decrease malnutrition. So here they are receiving the little packages. This was wonderfully done during the 9 to 12 months that Captar visited them on a monthly basis. We were able to dispense this food every month. So that makes a difference in their lives. Here they are with deliveries of food packages, of beans. Here they are in Urique. Here they are working to distribute. And my recognition to this wonderful team of committed workers in Captar. This is a glimpse of a rural clinic. She is a community health worker. This is what a rural clinic might look like. And they don't have sometimes a bed to lay a patient there, a mother that's about to deliver a baby that might be in critical conditions. So these are our objectives. That is why this is our dream, that some of the equipment that we have been able to ship to Chihuahua arrive at these clinics. And of course, there are larger general hospitals that will be helped too. So this is a before and after picture of a village there. And you can go, you will find here, right here. Okay, it's not here, but you have access if you want to. You can have access to the final report, and you will see pictures of 160 water harvest systems, the before and after. And that'll give you a very clear idea of what happened. So I'm just going to summarize. We started a pilot project through Creation Care International, and that with the support of volunteers, and donors, church donors, and we had $24,000. But we were Luisa, that is very a diligent hard worker. She managed to get an uh, additional funds from the Businessmen's Foundation in Chihuahua. So our project grew from 24 to $80,000. So instead of doing 15 water harvests, we did 50, 50. That's completed. Global Grant 1 grew from $111,000 and $723 with the Businessman's Foundation to $393,000. And that served 160 families. We were blessed because we had an excess of cash donations from Global Grant 1, and we had very significant donations from our Pathways members. And I have to mention Jim and Sue. Thank you so very much because they put in a very generous amount into that project. Of course, Luisa with Captar and another nonprofit, we raised it to $97,000. But then again, the Businessman Foundation came in, so we're up to $179,000, 101 water harvests. This project is the installation of the water harvests are complete. We just need to follow up with a couple more of trainings of maintaining and cleaning, maintaining their water harvest systems. And we're supposed to complete that project by mid-August. And we have just recently been approved by the Rotary Foundation. We received the approval for $138,000 for an additional Dancing for Rain Phase 2 project that we shared, and it was spearheaded by a club from Alabama. It is the Decatur Daybreak Rotary Club, and that was for $138,000. It grew to $487,000 and $912. I've been thinking a lot about you, Steve, trying to round up these numbers, since you always like to round them up. And I'm not asking you to donate anything. I'm just trying to round them up, but I have to be, concise about this. So that gives us a total of $1,141,063 with a total of 552 water harvest. And we started working on Global Grant 3 last December. And right now we were waiting for this Rotary year to start. And that grant is in the process of being funded. Again, here are the collaborating districts. We grew to include others from the previous one, and it's the Decatur Noon Rotary Club from Alabama, Pathways, the Decatur Daybreak, also from Alabama, our international members, the Chihuahua San Felipe, the Athens Rotary Club, Hot Springs, and the Chihuahua Campestre. So here we are together, and I hope that one day some of you might visit one of these villages if time and security safetiness allows it, so that you can bring one of those smiles and save it there in your heart. So thank you so very much for all your support. And this is the end. So thank you so very much. And I just want to say that please consider going into my Rotary. And if you wish so, support our projects and support other projects in the world. I myself feel, I don't want to say indebted, but I am very, very grateful for the Rotary Foundation for allowing us to do this, for allowing us to serve, for allowing dreams to come true, theirs and ours. And I would ask you if it's possible to commit yourself to a monthly direct deposit to the foundation for the annual fund so that more global grants can happen around the world. And they don't have to be, big contributions. $10 a month. For most of us, if we all join in, it'll make a significant difference. And we'll be able to reach our goal to be able to donate to the Rotary Foundation, to the annual fund, $3,500 during this year. So please think about it, consider it. If you have trouble accessing your Rotary, my Rotary, let us know. And some that are more tech oriented might be able to help. I'm getting there. It's taking me a little bit time, but I hope to be there pretty soon. So I'll just briefly talk and almost close. Talking about sharing you our plans for our goals for this year. We are targeting increasing our membership. We challenge all our club members and board members to bring at least one new member to Pathways. We will be cheering Morgan and Chris and all of those that want to join us in recruiting and supporting and in recruiting new members, new younger members, and supporting youth projects. We will schedule online gatherings to meet with our fellow Rotarians in Europe and Asia. Please continue to support our ongoing global grants. If someone needs more information, please contact me or Joe. We'll be happy to provide that information. We need all of you to join, support, and participate with your skills and talents. Your presence during our meetings is highly appreciated. Let's have fun achieving our goals and create and have more fellowship and develop more friendships. Please create or participate in local service projects and report. Let us know. Last year's reports were amazing of what everybody did on their own in their own communities. We will have peace building moments. We will continue with our weekly programs. Please be sure to send your suggestions to Ken. Ray continues steadfast with the Operation Pollination Project. We know Chris is very busy, and we hope that she will be able to continue with Pathways to Career interviews. We appreciate her skills in doing interviews. And besides, it's a great way to get to know our members. If you haven't, new members, please visit our website and check out the interviews.